미국과 유럽연합 간 무역 협상이 파국을 향해 치닫고 있습니다. 트럼프 대통령이 관세 인상 압박 수위를 높이자 유럽이 본격적인 방역을 준비하고 있다고 월스트리트 저널이 보도했습니다.
The bigger economies will either open themselves up or they'll pay a fair tariff to America for not opening themselves up and treating America unfairly.
월스트리트 저널은 미국이 대부분의 유럽산 제품에 대해 기본 15% 이상의 관세를 요구하고 있다고 보도했습니다. 지난 9일까지만 해도 EU 통상 책임자는 10% 관세를 기준으로 협상이 진행 중이라고 밝혔지만 사흘 뒤인 12일 트럼프 대통령은 돌연 SNS에 30% 관세를 예고하는 서한을 올렸습니다. 상황이 이렇게 되자 독일은 프랑스 등 강경파 국가들과 보조를 맞추기 시작했습니다. 처음엔 조기 타결을 선호하던 독일이지만 미국이 자동차 관세는 그대로 유지하고 제약 분야엔 최대 100% 관세까지 검토하고 있다는 사실이 알려지면서 입장을 바꿨다고 월스트리트 저널은 전했습니다. 유럽연합은 현재 미국이 제시한 8월 1일 협상 시한을 앞두고 보복 카드를 구체화하고 있습니다. 유럽연합 집행위원회는 디지털 서비스 규제 강화와 미국 기업의 유럽 조달 시장 진입 제한, 항공기 위스키 피넛버터에 대한 관세 부과 등을 준비하고 있습니다. 총객 기준 미국산 수입품 1,000억 달러 규모가 대상입니다. EU는 아직 보복 조치를 시행하진 않겠다고 밝혔지만 초강경 대응 수단인 안티코어션 발동 가능성을 검토하고 있는 상황입니다. 이는 외부 경제 압박에 맞서 EU가 처음으로 꺼낼 수 있는 제재 법적 도구로 경제 보복에는 경제 보복으로 맞설 수 있게 하는 EU의 무기입니다. 상호 무역 규모가 하루 평균 50억 달러에 달하는 미국과 유럽 간 충돌은 글로벌 공급망에도 큰 영향을 줄 수 있는 중대 변수가 될 전망입니다.
도널드 트럼프 미국 대통령이 두 번째 임기 취임 6개월을 맞았지만 지지율은 출범 초기보다 크게 하락한 것으로 나타났습니다. 워싱턴 포스트는 트럼프 대통령이 초반 기대를 충족하지 못하고 있다고 보도했습니다. 특히 트럼프 대통령의 강점으로 꼽히던 경제와 이민은 지지율 하락폭이 가장 큰 분야로 꼽혔습니다. AP 등이 실시한 최근 여론조사에서 경제정책 지지도는 38%에 그쳤고 60%는 부정적인 평가를 내렸습니다. 직접적인 도움보다 해를 입었다는 응답도 절반에 가까웠습니다. 이민 정책은 더 부정적입니다. 여론조사 기관 갤럽이 최근 발표한 조사에 따르면 트럼프 대통령의 이민 정책에 대한 긍정 평가는 급락했습니다. 불법 이민자 추방 지지율은 1년 전보다 9%포인트 하락한 38%로 나타났고 국경 순찰 인력 확대에 대한 지지도도 17%포인트 줄었습니다. 반면 이민 자체의 긍정적인 시각은 79%까지 치솟아 역대 최고치를 기록했습니다. 하지만 하락한 건 이들 분야에만 그치지 않습니다. 워싱턴 포스트가 인용한 다수 조사에 따르면 트럼프 대통령의 전반적인 직무 수행 지지율 역시 지난 5월과 비교해 더 나빠졌습니다. 지난 6월 초 시위 이후 여론이 급격히 악화됐고 대통령직 수행에 대한 긍정평가는 42%, 부정평가는 54%까지 벌어졌습니다. 특히 트럼프 대통령의 대표 공약인 국경 장벽과 무역 재편이 민생 체감으로 이어지지 않으면서 회의적 시각이 늘고 있다고 워싱턴 포스트는 보도했습니다. 스스로 목숨을 끊은 앱스타인의 성매매 리스트 관련 의혹 역시 여론 악화에 한몫하고 있습니다. 트럼프 대통령은 관련 보도를 좌파가 꾸며낸 거짓말이라고 반박하고 있지만 여권 내부에서도 우려의 목소리가 나옵니다. 이런 우려에도 트럼프 대통령은 자신의 SNS에 미국이 세계에서 가장 존경받는 나라가 됐다고 적으며 취임 6개월 성과를 자찬했습니다.
China is going to end up going from that to giving the death penalty to the people that create this fentanyl and send it into our country. We would have had that deal a long time ago. I shook hands with them, and then we had a rigged election, and we had somebody else come in, and they didn't know anything about a deal for the death penalty.
The president's comments yesterday calling it a hoax. Which part of the Epstein hoax is the hoax part?
The Democrats had control of this building, the White House, for 4 years, and they didn't do a dang thing.
It doesn't seem to be going away. What is stopping the administration from just redacting any sensitive information, grand jury information, and putting out what is appropriate so that the American people can decide and then let this story die?
and a judge would have to approve it. That's out of the president's control. He has said, in agreement with some of the leaders on Capitol Hill, that if the Attorney General and the Department of Justice come across any other credible evidence, they should provide that to the American people. The president is in the east room of the White House mourning with parents who have lost their children because of fentanyl, signing a bipartisan piece of legislation. And not a single cable network in this country took that event live and covered that event like they should. Those are the issues the president cares about. What could be more important to the American people than helping families who have lost their children? Those are the issues this president is going to remain focused on.
Are you still talking about Jeffrey Epstein? People still talking about this?
Thank you. And I'm an angel parent. Number one killer of America. Ages 15 to
The cartels and all of the others, because
God bless you. God bless.
Every parent back here that I meet and in the audience, some of my friends.
Well, actually, when my husband passed away, thank you for the phone call and your love and support. That day, when my sister found out of my husband's passing, she did a line of cocaine that she thought was cocaine, and it was fentanyl. So I lost both of them in the same day, and it's been a very rough time.
with this bill, we are officially and permanently classifying all fentanyl-related substances as Schedule 1 narcotics, which is actually a very big deal. It doesn't sound like much. It's a big deal, as they will tell you, meaning anyone caught trafficking these illicit poisons will be punished with a mandatory 10-year minimum sentence in prison. I hope you're going to do a fantastic job. You have no idea. The death penalty is going to be imposed on people from China that make fentanyl and send it into our country. I believe that's going to happen soon. And I have a very good relationship with President Xi of China, but I imposed a 20% tariff on China because of the fentanyl, and I call it a penalty. It's a penalty because China delivers much of the fentanyl. Some people would say all of it.
芬太尼是美国的问题，不是中国的问题，责任在美国自身。美方无视中方的善意，执意对中国加征芬太尼关税，这严重冲击中美在禁毒领域的对话与合作，也严重损害中方利益。美国如果真心想同中国合作，就应正视客观事实，以平等、尊重、互惠的方式同中方对话。
Have a tremendous amount to say about Mexico. They have very strong controls over Mexico. Can't let that happen. The Mexican authorities are petrified. They're petrified to show up at their office. Canada's a very bad abuser also. Vast numbers of people to come in and fentanyl to come in.
Unfortunately, our neighbors to the north have been pretty difficult to deal with when it comes to matters on trade, but in trade generally speaking, as you know, from Japan to Korea, South Africa, Kazakhstan, Malaysia, just a few countries, and Canada also received a letter for 35%. The president's trade team are willing to have further talks, but these letters these countries have been receiving are the deals. And as the president has said, those deals will be made. They are tailor-made to each and every country based on the United States' concern.
God bless you. God bless our angels.
Would you consider appointing a special counsel to investigate the Jeffrey Epstein investigation?
I have nothing to do with it. He's dead. He's gone. No, it's I call it the Epstein hoax.
Why do you think your supporters in particular have been so
interested in the Epstein story and so upset about how it's been handled?
I don't understand it. Why they would be so interested. He's dead for a long time. He was never a big factor in terms of life. I don't understand what the interest or what the fascination is.
Are you still talking about Jeffrey Epstein? This guy's been talked about for years. We have all of the things. Are people still talking about this guy, this creep? That is unbelievable.
Credible information, let them give it. Anything that's credible, I would say let them have it.
You said that he would support you releasing additional credible evidence from the Epstein investigation. Is that something that you are open to doing? He said this just a few months ago.
This today is about fentanyl and people who have lost loved ones to fentanyl. That's the message that we're here to send today. Nothing about Epstein. I'm not going to talk about Epstein.
Mr. President, I know you want to move past all this intrigue over the Epstein files, but I do want to ask you to clarify something you said this morning. You said this was all a hoax. Has your Attorney General told you this was a hoax? What evidence have you seen
It's
of
not
that?
the Attorney General, no. I know it's a hoax. It's started by Democrats. It's all been a big hoax. It's perpetrated by the Democrats. And some stupid Republicans and foolish Republicans fall into the net. And so they try and do the Democrats' work. They're wasting their time with a guy who obviously had some very serious problems, who died 3-4 years ago. The sad part is it's people that are really doing the Democrats' work. They're stupid people.
Will you ask Attorney General Pam Bondi to release more documents to finally put this controversy to bed?
Whatever's credible, she can release it. It's just a subject. Good, she says, I gave you all the credible information. And if she finds any more credible information, she'll give that too. What more can she do than that? I mean, honestly, what more can she do? And we do have bigger problems. And all it is the Republicans, certain Republicans got duped by the Democrats, and they're following a Democrat playbook. Are you still talking about Jeffrey Epstein? I didn't know. Thank you.
If there's information about that
misrepresented on all of this, go watch the interview. We're for transparency. You need to have all of the credible information released for the American people to make their decision.
that all the content was created kind of like the Russian hoax and that kind of stuff. Okay, then show us. Release that content. Then the American people can get mad, at the people that were creating the false narratives, right?
It should be transparent.
The president says it's time to move on.
That's fine. That's fine. But I don't want to see him hurt in this. It looks like they don't want to present everything, but maybe we hadn't. If there's nothing there, show the blank sheet.
Probably could explain a little bit better. But end of the day, that's way down the list of what we have to get done in this country to survive.
Epstein, because Epstein is the key that picks the lock.
Binding together and saying we all want.
Aimed at mobilizing young conservatives.
We need to get to the bottom of Epstein, because Epstein is the key that picks the lock.
And saying we all want the Epstein files. And I said, come on, Donald, give us those files.
Donald Trump, he promised them, so he needs to do it. No matter who's on them, we need to release the Epstein files.
I would like to see that also, but I think the Attorney General, the credibility is very important.
You mentioned past supporters when you were talking about the Epstein issue. Does that mean that you're effectively disowning any supporters who are
No,
now...
but I lost a lot of faith in certain people, yeah. I lost, because they got duped by the Democrats.